We will take turns, unlike the beginnings of our theater where we'd always talk at the same time. My father was a career English teacher, and my dear aunt a career high school drama teacher. And if they would be, they are no longer with us, but they would be dearly glad at this honor, and I am tremendously grateful for it. To the dear, dear, dear Department of Theater at Illinois State University, I thank you. I thank you for the vision and the instinct and the faith that it took to recognize in the very young, very unformed, very unruly Terry Kinney and Alan Wilder and Moira Harris and John Malkovich and H.E. Bacchus and Laurie Metcalf and Jeff Perry and Rick Snyder and Nancy Evans and Rondi Reed and Steve Ike and Randy Arney and Francis Guinan and Tom Irwin and Gary Cole and Jan Barford, to recognize in these young theater students that they might one day become theater artists. A school is its human beings who are teaching and its students. And to our faculty, tremendous thanks. You taught us that our subject was big and deserving and complicated. That like all subjects, it required study and dedication. But unique perhaps to the study of the human heart, it took vulnerability and would take risk and would take perseverance and imagination and faith. I thank the faculty for a fierce passion and talent and insight and scholarship and dedication. And yes, also for the gigantic opinions, egos, and ambitions that miraculously coexisted in the wonderfully oversized personalities that comprised the ISU theater faculty during our years. Their qualities literally pulsated in the air for us students, and it seems now, 35 years down the road, that we have been hell-bent as grads to emulate those qualities as best we can. Finally, I thank the program and the faculty for its committed embrace of student-driven production and the Allen Theater, now a scene shop, but then a performing space, in telling us to go and pick plays that we cared about, to cast them, and to design them, and direct them. You were teaching us a profoundly formative value. You were teaching us artistic self-determination. You encouraged us first to listen to our hearts and our minds and our guts, and to begin to figure out exactly what we needed to express. Crucially, to young artists like us who would make God and Goddess out of ensemble collaboration, you invited us to create theater with those that we felt close artistic kinship with. And we got to practice in the environment that you preciously created, one of trust and respect and challenge. You not only gave us the tools for what would be our lifelong art, you imparted the values that birthed our theater and allowed us to grow and evolve. We're forever grateful. Thank you.
The band isn't playing us off yet, but I will try to be brief. Thank you very much. When Jeff, Gary, and I, along with 6 other original members, started Steppenwolf after graduating, I could have never imagined that my alma mater would continue to give me gifts throughout my lifetime, and for this one I'm deeply, deeply honored today. It's common knowledge, and yet I feel compelled to say it again. There would be absolutely no Steppenwolf Theater without Illinois State University. Our philosophy, our body of work, our particular brand of realism was all born here. We've been given a lot of credit for what the professors of this university instilled in us: honesty, structure, precision, deep internal analysis, and the idea of letting the space between performing artists be where the revelations take place. To have forged a career out of using our imaginations is a rare privilege. Most of the time, we're having too much fun to see that fact. But over time, I've come to realize how fortunate I am to have been an artist in my life. And it's only with time that I can say artist and mean it. It's a choice. It's a conclusion that you come to about yourself. It's not based on what others think of you or your work. And sometimes thank God for that. And so I count myself amongst the artists of the world, as well as counting myself amongst my dear colleagues at Steppenwolf and my two dearest friends, Jeff and Gary. I believe more than ever we need the arts. We cut back on funding it. Is the governor here? We cut back on funding it, supporting it, watching it at our own peril. All around us, the world is replacing imaginal space with informational space. There is a lot to be gained from all that information we have access to now. Nobody wants to go backwards. But hopefully, all of this information can coexist with work that stimulates imagination and soul. To sit in a dark room and watch people tell stories, our stories. Because as George Bernard Shaw said, without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. Steppenwolf Theater Company, aside from my children, is the greatest thing I've ever been involved with, done. I've never separated my beloved company from this, my beloved university. And so this day will rank high amongst my greatest honors. Many thanks. And can I leave you with one more quote, this one by Carl Sagan. Imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it, we go nowhere. Thank you very much.